detect morality rearing its ugly head. I thought the good doctor remained entirely objective in all of this. What is it? Don't we like the little girl indulging in extramarital sex, or... No, of course. It's because it's with a totter, isn't it? It's the dirty totter we can't stand the thought of. Would it be all right with a judge or a company director, would it? Or a psychiatrist, perhaps? That would give it the stamp of respectability, of course, wouldn't it?
Don't play silly buggers with me, Miss Abrahams. I don't have the time for it, and I don't have the inclination. You think I just sit here dispensing pills and wisdom so I can keep my family in new dresses? But you are making a big mistake. We are engaged in a struggle here, Miss Madame. A struggle, yes! And you may pretend to yourself that this is very amusing and interesting and boring and sophisticated and other nonsense and rubbish, but this is not the case! And I would have kicked you and your money out long ago if I thought it were the case! You think I am amused to hear you make flippant remarks about suicide and how many of my patients have tried to kill themselves? And other disgusting rubbish? You think because I sit here calmly and listen to all of it, that I'm just some lay priest in a confessional box, here for your amusement or to unload the burden of your misfortune onto? Well, you are totally and completely and stupidly wrong! For your cynical information, some of my patients have committed suicide. And I have sat here and heard how the world, or their families, or society have destroyed them. Made them unhappy beyond the ability of even a doctor to grasp. And because medical science and my skills are inadequate, I have received news of their deaths. By hanging, shooting, cutting their wrists in the bath, jumping from bridges, plunging rusty knives into their bellies. And sometimes their husbands or their wives or their children, they come to me and I try to explain, try to comfort, try to restore some hope. So, this is not my prime area of comedy, you may possibly now understand. And, Miss Abrahams, may I also inform you that it is I who am bored with your displays of depression and cynicism and pretended unconcernedness, because these are just games, Miss Abrahams, stupid and boring games which hundreds of my patients have tried to get me to play with them, but which are simply symptoms of their unhappy condition. And so I resolutely refuse to play these games with them. Because, Miss Abrahams, Mrs. Lieberman, the game here is a real one. A deadly earnest one. A life and death game, as a matter of fact. Let me give it to you straight, madam. You are close to killing yourself. Yes, very close. You are walking the fine line. And you think you know this. But the unconscious forces against which we struggle are actually pushing you far harder and closer than you are there. And you think I would just sit back and allow this enemy to triumph? No. We must give battle to these dark forces. And I do. And I am asking you, or rather I am telling you, Miss Abrahams, to add your weight to mine in this fight. And not to come in here with childish displays of your sword and giving in to this enemy, dragging yourself and your self-esteem into the dirt in front of me. Because all I see is a slippery slope to despair. And you will get off it, you hear me? You will get off it, and you will stand beside me and fight, and that's it. You hear? And you will resume with the medication I have prescribed for you. Immediately you leave here. Is that clear? Cut it out, Miss Abrahams. Get off your ass, if I may use your terminology. Get off your ass and fight.